Well, foraging for ingredients to make cocktails and spirits is becoming more popular around the world. You can even do it in your own backyard.
Wendy Gillette traveled to Islay, Scotland to see how some professionals do it at work.
Mark and Susan, these botanicals add complexity to drinks as well as different flavors. And I'm talking about a lot more options than just mint in your mojito.
They're sharp enough.
James Donaldson and Kate Hannett spend many of their workdays foraging in the fields of Islay, a remote island in western Scotland. What they pick is dried and distilled with the island's spring water to help create the Botanist Gin, made by Brook Laddie Distillery on the island.
Everything that we're doing to get the best flavour and the best aromas.
The foragers pick 22 local botanicals across the island from March through October. They also use 9 berries, barks, peels, and seeds to make the gin.
The original recipe is unchanged to what we produce today, and it was really an effort to try and gather all the wild flavours of Islay into a glass.
Scottish resident Scott Jackson and a friend sat down for a gin and tonic at the distillery.
Picking up a few notes, citrusy, some licorice, some spearmint, a minty note in it. Very refreshing, lovely.
About 5,000 miles away in Paso Robles, California, the owner of Calwise Spirits Co., Aaron Berg, picks flowers and fruits to create his gins and cocktails.
When I smell something nice, that's the first sign that it's probably going to taste nice, and I figure out what it's going to be.
The area known as SlowCal is home to 36 companies using foraged ingredients in spirits or mixers, and bars like the Alchemist Garden also leading with locally sourced items. Niner Wine Estates even offers cocktail foraging classes, with advice like knowing the entire plant is edible, so don't be afraid to experiment.
There's nothing that has more of a reflection of the place that you are than the plants that are growing there at that moment in time.
Elevating the flavor of your favorite drink.
There's also a distillery trail in SlowCal featuring more than a dozen businesses, most of which grew out of the winemaking process. Mark and Susan?
Very interesting.
Very interesting, yeah.
So what are the easiest and hardest ingredients to forage?
Well, first off, be very careful of mushrooms and berries in the wild unless you know exactly what you're looking for, since some are poisonous. But experts say some good ones to forage for cocktails include violets, jasmine, and honeysuckle. Mark and Susan.
Well, those all sound really good. Is this gin widely available, or is it tricky to find?
No, not tricky to find at all. It's very widely available all over the world, including here in the U.S.
I wish I liked gin.
I was just going to say, it could make you a gin drinker. Exactly.
I'm not sure that's going to happen. Wendy, thanks so much.
Sure.
And there's also a distillery trail in SlowCal featuring more than a dozen businesses, most of which grew out of the winemaking process.
Just be careful if you're doing it in your own yard. You know, might not be quite the same.
I don't have plants that look like that in my yard.
Exactly.